Well, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do a Halloween full moon video. Okay. And I want to speak in astrology a little bit. We have the full moon conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Alright, so it's going to be a very big deal, and it's actually a blue moon. It's the second moon this month in October. The first moon was in Aries, and the full moon in Aries in the beginning of October the 1st. But now we have it now at the ending of October, which is only happens every 3 years. Alright, so what is the theme of this moon? Okay, we always have a full moon in Taurus this month, always. And Taurus rules what? Taurus rules material, it rules beauty, it rules money, possessions, but most importantly of all, it rules what we value. Our value system, not just material things, but our inner value, our core values. And when we have a full moon there, full moons, they represent endings, right? So this full moon is a precursor to the eclipses that are going to be following next month. All right, we're gonna have an eclipse next month in November. We're gonna have a lunar eclipse in Gemini. Okay, and we're gonna have a solar eclipse in Sagittarius by December. So this is a precursor. This is gonna, move things around a certain way that will actually escalate whatever is about to change in the eclipse season. Whatever we're gonna have for changes these coming 6 months that are coming after those eclipses. This is part of it. All right, so I picked 3 stacks here, 3 cards to represent the energy that we're in. Okay, we have change. Obviously it's autumn. I mean, I've done change a couple of times now in the spreads. I've put this card there, but specifically change because I'm speaking about changing our values. Okay, and let me give you an example. If you feel like your body is changing, if you feel like you no longer look for the same things that you used to look for in a partner, like it just doesn't turn you on anymore, like the same attraction that you used to have in a partner, you see that type of person and you're like, no, something's changed inside of you. And this is what it is, because Uranus rules Aquarius, and Uranus works pretty quickly and rapidly. But Uranus is also a very independent planet. Okay, it speaks about independence. So when we have it in a full moon in Taurus, we're sort of like, we're not ourselves. We're not our usual self. So this is not an energy you're very familiar with. Uranus is a very unfamiliar planet. It shocks you. So if that goes with you, this is the stack for you. If you feel like there's a transformation involved here, like so many changes, and not just internal changes but external material changes. Maybe you're having difficulty with money lately, or maybe you're actually getting money, doesn't matter. Maybe there's something, maybe you're moving from a house to another house. That's transformation right there. Okay, obviously it's change. You could also pick this stack as well, no problem, but I feel like it's more of a wow, very big transformation in your life. If you're feeling reflective, like you're trying to get to know what's exactly taking place inside of you, because sometimes it can be confusing. It really can. Like getting to know your new self could be very confusing. To me, all these stacks resonate, and I would pick all of them, but I would say pick whichever you want to pick, whichever you resonate with the most. Okay, you can pick more than one. It's fine with me. All right. Okay, so let's start off with reflection. Let's see what we have there for this lunar cycle for you. All right, reflection. Let's see what we have. Right? Actually, I think it's better if I do this way. Let's pick one of these as well for messages. Reflection. There's a lot going on inside of you right now that's very stirred up. Okay, this full moon. And you must communicate. You must express yourself. You must get it out of your chest, because otherwise it's going to compress. It just made it rhyme. All right. This is what's coming to pass. A period of rest. A period of maybe recovering from an illness. Maybe catching your breath from so many things going on. This is what's coming to pass. But you're struggling at the moment. Okay, there could be arguments at the house. There could be a lot of issues going on, a lot of obstacles. You have here strife. Okay. What's coming in this lunar cycle, we have a lot of mental interference. Where am I going? To the right, to the left? Up or down? I don't know. This is you. Okay, this is what's coming in for this lunar cycle. And I spoke about confusion because it's really hard to get to know yourself. Remember, before I even laid the spread, I said, when you're reflecting, sometimes you got to know who you are now, who you became, because we're becoming something new in this lunar cycle. This is usually the advice, but we have worry here, and I think it's trying to say not to worry and to communicate. This is also fear communication as well. We have your little symbol of Mercury and Taurus. Okay, communicate, but you're afraid. There's something that you want to let out, maybe to somebody. You want to express yourself. Okay, and this is why you're in a very reflective mood, but yet you're a bit confused because you just don't know who you are yet, what you've become. Okay, that's why I have the little moon here and the little lone wolf. From the outside, we have sorrow. Okay, situations that may cause us sadness, depression. Maybe you saw something on the television. Maybe something triggered you, on Instagram or on Facebook. Or maybe you had an argument with someone. Maybe someone cheated on you. Maybe there's something that you don't want to face, but it's coming from the outside. Okay. What you wish for is to have a little bit of more patience, a little bit of more harmony, a little bit of more inner peace in your life, and learning how to cope with the situation. That's what you wish for. Okay. Now, as a result, we have really good news. We have the Prince of Swords. You're going to be cutting through all this that's going on. All right. And I think that's great. I think that's a great result because the Prince of Swords offers us a very clear intellectual solution or resolution to our issues. Okay. He cuts through all the little figures that are trying to entangle him, all these limiting beliefs. Maybe you have limiting beliefs that you have to get rid of. But we obviously have here the communication card. Okay, to communicate, to express. If you don't express, you compress. Okay. Yeah, it's reflection. Definitely. I could totally see the energy here of, being in a very reflective mood. Yeah. Okay. Remember I said you're probably resting, recovering from something, but the struggle continues. It's not a very easy, mood. The struggle continues in finding who you are. All right. And figuring out where you're going and who you should trust, where you should go, where you should look to. The advice is, communicate your worries, express yourself. Even if you can't express yourself to a person, express yourself to a pet. If you don't have a pet, then express yourself in art and whatever it is that you do, drawing, dancing, just express yourself. And yes, there are going to be some situations you're going to be having to face that are coming from the outside. And I'm pretty sure you're expecting them, which is actually a good thing because some people, things happen unexpectedly. But you will wish to be a little bit more contained, a little bit more savvy in dealing with these issues, And as a result, you will cut all these thoughts away, which is great. You'll be cleared. Okay? Alright, so I'm going to go on to the next deck. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, comment. Comment. Let me know what's going on. What do you feel? How is this blue moon treating you? Alright, next deck. Alright, guys, let's do change. Okay. Okay, so we pick change of values. This is what comes to my mind. Change of values. Change of what we used to value, what we used to like, Now we got something different, and we don't even know what it is. So, let's see what clues we got here. Okay. for this lunar cycle. Okay, let's draw one of these, see what we can get. All right, let's put it away. All right. Okay, so what's come to pass? Okay, let's start with that. We have here ruin. We have here the Ten of Swords. You know, very, very negative mind frame. Okay, that's coming to pass. That's getting released in this full moon. Okay, and that's great. Maybe you figured out that being negative, you know, having that negativity, it's just, you know, getting in the way from your progress. All right, I certainly could relate to this, honestly. Now, currently we have prudence. We have a process of development, okay? There's something you're developing, and like I said, specifically this stack has to do with something changing. Could be in your body, on your body, your looks could probably be changing, could probably, you know, you're maturing more. It could also mean that now you like different types of people. Now there's you don't know which ones, but the type that you liked before is, you know, it's just gone. And now we have a development. Okay, now we have a development. Now what's coming in this moon is really interesting. We have love. Okay, there could be a very big connection this moon. Okay, it could be with someone that now you like. Okay, maybe you figured that you like someone, or it doesn't have to be a relationship. Maybe you're not in a relationship. Maybe you're connecting to your pets, to your family, to your children in a more deeper level. All right, you're more capable of doing that. Now you're more aware of what you're capable of giving. Okay, now this is the advice, and it's the Chariot. The advice is to be open to the new path ahead. We have here the Chariot. Don't hesitate. Just, you know, just trust the process. All right. From the outside, we may be getting offers we're not completely satisfied with. We have here luxury. Okay. There may be some offerings in this lunar cycle that perhaps you'll be like, nah, like I can't believe somebody offered me this, you know, that kind of thing. Now, what you wish for, we have here the Princess of Cups. We have here, you probably want to be more open. You want to be more expressive, which you should. I always advise people to be more expressive. And the Prince of Cups also pertains to romance, to be more, you know, free-flowing, more, you know. So this is what you're going to be wishing for. Okay. But as a result, in this lunar cycle, you know, this waning, when I say cycle, I mean after the full moon. During this full moon, we have this, but then after it winds, we end up, you know, by the ending of these cards, we have here the Seven of Wands. We have here a little bit of defensiveness. Okay. Maybe somebody's crawling under our skin, or maybe there's a situation in which you have to defend your position. I don't know, but this is something that's, you know, going to take place at the ending of the waning moon, okay, of this cycle. Now we have here energy balance. You gotta pace yourself whatever it is that you're doing. Okay, don't overdo anything in this cycle. All right, and also this could mean to, you know, go see a doctor if you feel like there's symptoms or something. Maybe you should go check it out. You know, because you don't want Uranus conjunct the moon to give you, you know, a surprise. Because you know Uranus is the planet of shock. He likes to shock people. So, but pretty much, I mean, look, they're doing yoga. You have the chakras. You know, realign yourself. Whenever you feel like there's, you know, your energy is going down, or you feeling like, I can't sleep, you gotta sleep. Sleep is like, if you don't sleep, everything, you know, starts to crumble down. Okay, so get that sleep. So pretty much this is telling you, yes, there's going to be a connection. There's going to be love. You know, this lunar cycle. There's going to be a path. Trust the process. There may be some things you may not be, you know, into or whatever, but that's okay. You know, just free flow. And then at the end, there might be something you're going to have to be standing up to. You know, your own principles by the ending of this cycle. All right? All right, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this reading, this little insight of what's coming this cycle. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Give me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, what's going on with you. I'd love to hear your comment. I read all my comments, by the way. Yeah, all right. So I see you next time, or just wash your another stack. All right, on to the next stack. All right, transformation. And again, the reason why I picked transformation is because, you know, sometimes these lunar cycles, especially full moons, these crazy full moons with a crazy conjunction, rare full moons, I'm not going to say crazy, but rare full moons with crazy conjunctions, that's when major transformations take place. So that's why I picked this stack. And if you're feeling that way, then you picked the right stack. Okay, we're going to see what message we have for you. All right. Let's see. Okay, what was I going to do? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was going to pick one of these. Okay. Let's flip them around and see what we have. Here. Okay. What's coming to pass, we have here the Prince of Disc. Now, what's coming to pass is really a time of activity, of physical activity. This is a very physical card. This is a Taurus card. Physical activity, having to hustle, business stuff, working out as well. Okay, this is coming, not that it's bad, but it's just an energy that's coming to pass. Maybe you were working out too much with this, you know, Mars retrograde, you know. Now you're finding balance. This is great. I always associate balance and harmony, this adjustment card, with sleep and eating properly, because that's the basis of everything. If you don't do that right, everything falls apart. So I think this is great. It's also balancing your work and your love life, your family life. It's kind of like balance right now. What's coming in this cycle, we have here fatality. Now, there could be some doubts arising within you. Okay, maybe there's something that you think it's too good to be true. You don't have the time. It's too much work. That's the energy that's beginning to come in this, you know, lunar cycle, and you're afraid of disappointment. You know, you're afraid of some sort of disappointment. And I think that the message here is to release this disappointment, this fear, because it's not the reality. There's nothing that says disappointment, except that this is the advice. You know, release the disappointment. And we have here purification as well. So that rings a bell as well. Purify yourself. I think that what it's trying, it's funny because we did pick this stack, you know, we did pick it. We did pick transformation. And when you're transforming, you're purifying yourself from, you know, things that no longer serve you. So I think what you're doing is just purify yourself. Now, from the outside, we have the Magician. This is a really good card. Maybe there's going to be a lot of activity in terms of communication, people writing emails, texts, trying to get a hold of you, and that's great. It's going to be a very busy, you know, cycle for you. Your hopes or your wishes, your fears or your wishes. We have here the Knight of Swords. I think that what you want to do in this lunar cycle is get on your horse and hunt for what you want. But although you're in a process of purification, which takes a little while to purify yourself and get back on the horse, but you really want to get back on that horse. All right, and you are balanced now, so I think you're ready. But like I said, in the future, not in the future, but in this lunar cycle, what we're going to have are little doubts, you know, attacking us, and that fear of disappointment. As a result, we have here the Moon. Now, you know, this card usually means danger. It means shadows, things that we're not familiar with. I don't like to associate that card too much with this. Sometimes I do, depending on the cards around it. But to me, in this reading, it means that there's a certain, how do I put this in words? There's a certain level of consciousness that is getting developed within you right now that you're not familiar with. And when you're not familiar with something, it could seem a little bit scary. You know, it's kind of like the wolves at night, you know, screaming, and, you know, you're passing through that's what I see in my mind. So you're not, it doesn't mean necessarily that there's a wolf trying to get your feet. You know, it could be a cute little dog, but our minds create these shadows when we're not familiar with a situation. And that's what the Moon is, you know, unfamiliarness, our subconscious mind. Okay. So for you, I think you're gonna be doing really good in this lunar cycle. Is just get rid of this, purify yourself, clear your doubts, And you're going to be going through a passageway, an initiation in which you're not familiar with, and it's totally cool. Okay, you're going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's going to be totally cool. And that's at the end of this cycle, which is the waning cycle of this moon. All right, so yeah, the transformations, man, they could be scary, but at the end, and you know what, they're part of life. We're constantly transforming, constantly. Sometimes we transform more than, you know, more than other times, but I think that this is much more of like a bigger transformation when it, you know, when it comes like this, when it comes out this way. All right, okay guys, so I really hope you enjoyed this reading. If you like it, if it gave you an insight, clarity, if it organized your thoughts, give me a thumbs up, and comment. Let me know what's going on, you know, what happened, what's going on with you, all right? Okay guys, subscribe, and I see you next time.